Hey everybody, this is Matt here. Now in just a moment I'm going to demonstrate adding the hard wipe up transition to videos in Clipchamp. Okay, but you can see just currently I'm on the home area here of clipchamp.com. This is the home area of my account. So I've logged in. Uh, Now I'm going to move the mouse pointer up here and click create a new video, start from scratch to enter the video editing area because obviously I have to enter the video editing area to begin working on this project. So I'm going to create that. Probably I'm going to click that icon right now. Okay, awesome. This is cool. This is the video editing area here. Now, before I import media, I'm simply first going to move the mouse pointer up here and click inside this input box here and begin typing in a title for my project. Okay, so I'm going to start that now. Okay. Hard wipe up transition. I guess that's really original, yes? Okay, so now, before I import media, I just want to give you this tip here. In the center of the screen, we can see the preview pane here, okay? And just above the preview pane, we can see this icon, which is labeled size. And when you can see when I mouse over size, just above it, you can see the alt text says change aspect ratio. So I'm going to click size now. And you can see we have access to several aspect ratios. But what I need is wide, okay? Since I'm going to be using two video clips that are of a resolution of 1280 by 720, that's widescreen at 16:9. So I'm going to click wide to make sure that's checked. Perfect. Now, I have to import the media. So I'll move the mouse pointer to the left of the screen and click the import media icon here. Okay, perfect. Now I have to navigate towards my folder. Okay, perfect. So obviously whichever folder it is in on your hard drive, wherever you keep your media files is up to you. But I have to find mine. So I'm going to move the mouse pointer to the left of the prompt box here and click this desktop here. And I'm going to now find my folder. Just give me a moment. Here it is here, the sample clips folder. So we'll double click that. Now, of course, I have to double click Clipchamp. And here it is here, hard wipe up transition. So I'm double click that. All right, perfect. So now I have to import these clips, obviously. So I'm going to click the clip on the right first and hold down the control key and click the clip on the left. So click them now. And now I'm going to move the mouse pointer down and click the open icon here on the bottom right of the prompt box here. Awesome. Now, it's extremely important to remember that these clips have not been really uploaded here, okay? They've pretty much have been literally just imported. Now, so remember to keep them in the originating folder on your hard drive, okay? Okay, they've just been imported, so that's good to know, I think. Now, I'm going to now show you how to add them to the timeline. I could simply click either clip and drag it to the timeline, but for the sake of this demonstration, I'm simply going to use the add the timeline plus sign here on the bottom right of the clips. So I'm first going to click I'm first going to click the plus sign there on the bottom right of the clip on top. So I'm going to click it now. Okay, awesome. Now you can see that the position indicator is perfectly positioned at the end of that clip. So that's awesome. Now move the mouse pointer to the left and click the plus sign on the bottom right. You can see the alt text there at the timeline. I'll click that plus sign on the bottom right of the clip on bottom there. So I'm going to click it now. Awesome. Now both clips have been added to the timeline. Now I can click and drag either clip to move them around the timeline to position them where I want, should I so choose, but I like where they are right now. And just be careful to not leave gaps between them. But you can click and drag back and forth. But anyway, we can't see them very well. So if we wanted to see them better, we could click this minus sign here on the bottom right. Pardon me, this magnifying glass. this icon with a magnifying glass on it with a minus sign on the magnifying glass. That is zoom out timeline. We also have zoom in timeline, fit timeline, and collapse timeline. But right now I need to zoom out the timeline. So I'm going to click that now. That's the magnifying glass with the minus sign on it. So I'm going to begin clicking it now. Perfect. Okay, awesome. Now, before I add the transition between both of these clips, how about we simply watch these clips so we'll be able to compare them in the end. So I'm going to click the Seek to Start icon here under the preview pane to move the position indicator back to the beginning of the timeline. So I'll click that now. And now I'm going to click the play icon under the preview pane so we can watch these two clips. So I'm clicking the play icon now. Okay, nifty. Now to find the transition, I have to move the mouse pointer to the left of the screen here. Here's the transitions icon. I'm going to click it now. Now I could enter in the input box here to type in a search, but to search for it. But I'm simply going to click the scroll bar there and drag it down. And here it is, the hard wipe up transition. So I'm simply going to click it now and drag it down and place it between the two clips here. Okay, so I'm going to place it there. You can see the alt text add transition. You can see there's a little plus sign there right now, but it looks of things. A little icon between, small icon between the two clips. I think it's a plus sign. I can't see it very well. So I'm going to add that transition between them. Perfect. Now before we watch the two clips with the hard wipe up transition added, how about I simply merge these two clips into a longer video file? So to do that, I'm going to move the mouse pointer up and click the export icon here. And when I clicked it, you can see we have several options. Of course, it says the video quality. Your video will export as an MP4 file. We have 480p, which is best for drafts. 720p, that's what I'm definitely going to use. Because my two clips were 1280 by 720. Of course, but we also have access to 1080p, which is high quality. 4K ultra high definition. You can see UHD. But this isn't relevant here because this video has no 4K media. And plus, we couldn't access 4K editing capability because I don't have a subscription to Clipchamp Premium. You'll need Clipchamp Premium to access 4K editing. You can purchase Clipchamp Premium for about $130 Canadian in the form of a yearly subscription. That is, it's a yearly subscription at $130 Canadian per year. At least it was at the time I made this video. We could also export audio only or export as an animated GIF. Animated GIFs are you can export a video that's 15 seconds or less as an animated GIF. I can't do that because my video project is longer than 15 seconds. So now I'm going to move the mouse pointer up and click the export. Pardon me, no, sorry. I have to click the 720p there to begin the export. Okay, yes. Now, you see up here in the upper right, hard wipe up transition made with Clipchamp. Now, that's it's been downloaded to my downloads folder. Okay, so be mindful of that. That may happen on your system. So be very mindful of that. You may wind up with an extra copy, which isn't necessarily so bad, but you have to be mindful of your drive space. But I think more importantly, it's more important that you know how to save to your computer. So I'm going to click the Save to Your Computer icon here. See that? It's kind of a purplish color. Save to your computer. I'm going to click it now. Now I'm going to find my folder. Click Clipchamp. Hard wipe up transition there. I'm going to double click that. And we can see hard wipe up transition made with Clipchamp. I'm going to move the mouse pointer down and click the save icon here on the bottom right. Okay, perfect. Now let's just simply watch this merged video file. So I'm going to move the mouse pointer up and click the minimize icon here on the browser window. Oh, sorry about that. I left my password keeper open there. Obviously I'll blur that. That's what that gray window was there. So now I'll move the mouse pointer up and try to find my folder. Here it is here, sample clips. I'm going to double click that. Double click Clipchamp. Okay, double click hard wipe up transition here. Now I'll just simply double click hard wipe up transition made with Clipchamp. Double click that now. Awesome. That was the video, the merge video, hard wipe up transition made with Clipchamp. I'm going to close Media Player now. Whichever media player you use is up to you, but I really like Windows Media Player. I'm going to close the browser window. Perfect. Now I need to open Chrome again. I'm going to click Google Chrome here. And I want to show you this here. We can see this keep editing up here in the upper left. I can click that. Now we're back in the video editing area. Now we could simply add more edits if we should choose. Like we could add effects to other clip or add some text. And also I want to reiterate something that I said earlier. I'm going to click the export again there, the export icon. When you're ready to export, simply click your resolution, okay? Click the resolution to start the export. In this case it was 720p. I think that obviously that's best because these two clips were 1280 by 720. Okay, now I'll move the mouse pointer up here to the upper left again. Click these three bars here. Click back to home. And that took us back to the home area. And I'm going to click the hard wipe up transition here. This is the saved project. The saved project. So I'm going to click it now. And perfect. Now I'm begin editing again. Okay. Now, this is the free online desktop version of Clipchamp. Okay, remember the programmers may change features, move features, or remove features entirely. So try to stay patient when using it, okay? But other than that, I think it's really an awesome program, especially for free, okay? And there you go. Feel free to ask questions in our YouTube comment section. Thanks so much for watching. Thank you all very much for your time.